Okay, you know what, Cayenne? Usually, I have students, right? They make mood board.
Oh.
Okay, then they show me, sir, this is my mood board. Okay, they present, very nice, good, approved. And then you know what they do next? They throw it aside, and then they do their design another direction.
Oh no.
So how do you translate? Can you tell them, right? How do you translate your mood board into your interior scheme? And can you tell them how important it is for designers?
Sure, okay. Mood board is a very important process. So this is one process, right, we will never skip. So I totally understand when you say throw it aside. I think that is simply because, right, your student, this particular person, they have no idea how to translate this particular mood board to their interior works. So first and foremost, we need to identify first what is mood board and its function. So ask yourself questions, multiple questions, like for example, what is the function of mood board? You know, what is the goal of mood boards? Who is this mood board prepared for? You know, what's the content of the mood board is about? You know, ask yourself all these questions to identify the deeper function of mood board. So, okay, guys, you all go to your Pinterest and you just type mood board and tell me what you found.
Hey, don't later they're all missing from this. I open for them.
Oh, close chat. Okay, yeah, this is a screenshot, right? If you look at that, it's a screenshot from via Pinterest. So you can just simply find thousands of mood board via Pinterest. This board consists of montage of pictures, inspiration, references, or other designer works, or even color schemes. So after you get the idea, right, what is a mood board generally look like, and then you ask yourself those questions. It is also very good, right? You always write them down and insert questions and answers in your mood board. So I can just show you guys the mood board that I did for one of my favorite project, Buildfix.
This is the one that you have won multiple awards with, right? Like just one project and then.
Yeah, so there are a few key points before kicking start with mood board proposal. So the first one, of course, first and foremost, right, you have to interview your client, understand their requirements, spaces, do and don'ts, their background story, and also current lifestyle. So if you see the picture right there, it's actually the pictures of the original showroom look. So we have to go there and visit. We have to see what's wrong with this space, ask your clients questions like, what do you like about this space? What do you don't like about this space, Yeah, so I know the image is kind of small. So if you guys want a copy, right, you can just stick your DM or PM to my Instagram message. I'll just email you guys, right? Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. Then
I'll also email you later.
Yeah. Yeah, so number two, understand the level of acceptance in design approach. So, by all means, right, you can just show them multiple works, like works of minimalists, maybe modern contemporary, maybe you want to show them like a project with really strong concept and aesthetic. For example, like Nyonya Peranakan, for example, like Cottage English, for example. These are all really very flavorful concept. Just show them. And then just understand whether they can accept it or not, and then what they like about the images that you show them. Yeah.
I want to share something. I did meet a client once, right? She said something like, I want Scandinavian. Nowadays the trend, I want Scandinavian. And then when you show them the Scandinavian images, then only they realize, oh, that one is Scandinavian. No, I don't want this and that. So I think it's good because you show them and gauge their expectation before you commit to really design full Scandinavian, and then they saw it and it's not what they want. So I think it's a kind of defense mechanism we put so that we are not doing so much design and then at the end of the day the proposal was just rejected just like that.
So the third one, space planning. You have to work on the space, identify what is the selling point and highlights. If you guys see from the screen, right, this is actually a layout plan. So the initial idea is to break the walls around the old showroom. So I want to make it to be like a space where people can circulate around that area to enhance their experience around the showroom. So space planning. So after you understand all these points, right, you can start to make mood board. So your mood board should have all these points from number 1 to 3. Yeah. So if you see, this is one of the page in my mood board. Yeah. So technically, right, what I'm trying to portray here is the concept of light and shadow. This kind of concept, right, it's a favorite for many architects. They like to play with shadows and lights, you know, and patterns. So for this project, I think it's very important to be able to portray that our local history, but we are not trying to do like a museum, okay? So it has to be like a contemporary and present concept to what things in the past. So I'm thinking of applying patterns, and then using glass block as well. You know, glass block is a very old, you know, it's appearing in our local country for since like 20 or 30 years old back then. So it's one of the old elements that I want to bring in. So it's also like a really good material that can allow lights to punch from behind.
I want to tell my students about this. Like, you guys see that Cayenne is using the very huge door with the patterns, right? But what she wanted from this image is, I want to allow lights to come in, come through the space, right? But I'm not going to do it this way. I'm not going to put the similar pattern, but I'm going to do it another way. So what did I do? I'm going to find it from glass blocks. Blocks is like more related to our context. It has been used traditionally. So you kind of combine all these ideas for your design, right? So you, yeah, so definitely you will not see the similar pattern or what. It's more like she's borrowing the approach rather than borrowing that aesthetics. So I think that's pretty cool.
Okay. Oh, this page, the terms of eclectic. So technically, right, applying materials like, you know, timber, like a tiles with all these motifs, and even you see like you know, the bottom part, you know, below Mike, right, you can see like a tic-tac-toe image. Is actually something from the past as well. You know, as a kids, right, we play a lot tic-tac-toe. So it's something that is fun that I would like to apply in the space as well. Yeah, okay, so I have images here. So if you see the first image on the left, right, this is actually a very minimalist space. You can see like a Moroccan-inspired hanging light happening. So that's what I want to portray. You know, we have like a modern, contemporary, minimalist space, and then we want to apply like an eclectic Moroccan lights hanging down. Yeah, and then the middle picture, it's actually a public space, and then you have like a ceiling design happening, all the patterns happening throughout the ceiling. Yeah, and then the last picture, I don't think you guys can see, but it's actually like a bar and club, you know, where you have all these traditional patterns happening around the bar counter. Yeah. Yeah. So eventually I created mood board for my client to be able to capture the mood and ambience that I wish to propose. So also from end user perspective, right, they can actually relate and understand this burst of ideas happening in the brain. So I will write them down in like a presentation format, tell them stories, you know, tell them why I'm inspired by this, you know, what are the goals and the outlook that I want to create in the project. Yeah, so actually definitely the goal for the mood board, right, is to able to discuss about do and don'ts in the project. Yeah.
So she has converted her ideas into sketches now. So you guys look at this, and you guys can see that the patterns that she created just now was not brought over here because that's not her intention, but more on the way she carries light. So maybe she can tell us a bit more about this.
Sure. So if you look at the sketches, right, I'm thinking to have like a giant, monstrous glass block happening as the first impression. This is actually the lobby, the main lobby. So when you enter, you will see like a huge full height glass block happening, and even the logo itself you fix, right, I would like that to be like a human size, huge as well. So yeah, the initial idea is to have the metal bar to hang from the ceiling to the floor. So eventually we actually developed the hanging method as well to be something else. Yeah, so if you see the sketches, we also have yellow tic-tac-toe happening.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the blow-up plan of the lobby. So if you can see like a C curve there, right, that's actually the glass block curve, and then behind the glass block would be all the hanging lights happening. So the goal is to have all the lights punch from behind. So from the front, you can see all the shadows and the lights punch through the lobby.
So it'll look like this.
Yeah, so this is the artist impression. Yeah.
So it's a 3D. I thought it's a real picture, you know.
I don't know lah. Yeah, so yeah, always review your final design work and cross-check if it's related to your mood board. So hopefully you'll realize, right, oh, I'm out of track, my progress really slanted already. So always cross-check. Yeah, so this is final artwork. So what happened is, if you can see actually there's like even the floor, the first picture on the left top, right, you can see like there's like a divider, blue divider happening with patterns, like the traditional patterns of tiles on the left, and then we have like a wood wood look on the right as well. Yeah, and then the bottom part would be the adaptation of tic-tac-toe. So this is actually like a hidden bookcase. So instead of like a traditional bookcase, right, I'm putting like fun objects like the X and the O as well to the space. The one that you see, the second pictures, right, on the left, from the left, second picture, right, that's actually the reception counter with patterns below. So we also play around with lights. We want to punch through these lines to the floor.
Is it, there's a light coming out from the back, right, of this material?
Yes.
What material is that?
It's actually glass, and then we actually laser cut stickers to stick on the glass, and then we have LED strips lights behind. It's very easy detail.
Right.
To summarize, right, number one, interview your client. Number two, understand the level of acceptance in design approach. And then number three, space plan. And then number four, moodboard making. You can start to build your moodboard already.
Whew, that was intense. Well summarized though. I hope the students that's watching this live today can sort of get a better idea of how these things can be translated. And I hope they kickstart a mood board that actually help their design. So you know what, Cayenne? It's been an insightful chat. Thank you. And before we wrap up the show, let's see if there's still some more questions, because I see a lot of questions out here. What kind of struggles you faced during college time?
Oh, sleepless night. I think all of you can relate to that. I think my longest record, like 3 days not sleeping at all. Yeah, and then also struggle with deadlines. We always rush, right, for deadlines. That's two major struggles. But eventually, actually, I enjoy a lot of enjoy presentation a lot lah. So struggles, I think the most struggles would be time. You know, you are battling with time, that kind of feeling. Yeah.
Have you sacrificed anything as a designer, like less time with family, no sleep?
I would say yes, of course yes, but in nature I'm also a workaholic lah. So definitely I think I sacrifice travel time, but I'll do that after all the COVID-19 thing over, right? I'll definitely go for a travel. I think I travel lesser. I am a person who likes to travel, yeah. And then with family, right, I always try, you know, when I get older, right, I'll always try to prioritize my family more. I'll try my best to spend time with them. You know, when we were young, right, we worked so hard. I think that's like a different thing now and then now. Yeah.
I think self-rewarding is important for designers, actually.
Yes.
I mean, you don't need to splurge like so much lah. It's just that, you know, you're really taking a break and taking care of yourself. Thank you to our lovely viewers today for joining us, and Cayenne for lending us her precious time. So it's so nice to see that all of you stay till the end. Yeah. So remember, guys, design is an opportunity to tell your story and how the story portrays in your space. So go out there and tell your story. But let the world know what you're capable of, but not literally lah. Now it's MCO, right? So you guys gotta stay safe. Okay. So like I say, you guys can post it in the Mr. MIKEdotT's Facebook or Instagram. Okay, and maybe Cayenne, you can also tell them where people can find you after this session.
Sure, okay. You all can always find me via social media. Just skip your DM or PM to my Instagram. Yeah. I will try my best to reply you guys. And also, right, I'm thinking to start my own YouTube and Facebook public page soon. So you guys just stay tuned. So at the meantime, you can just follow my Instagram or Facebook. Yeah. And then you know what, Mike?
Yeah. Oh, my turn. Okay.
Yeah, your turn. What is it? If your students or anybody who like to really get the PDF copy of the board, the presentation that I showed just now, you guys just feel free to DM me via my Instagram page with your email. I'll put an email. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being today with me, and thank you very much, Mike, for this session. I hope you guys have a great Raya, long weekend ahead.
Yes, to all our Muslim viewers, Selamat Hari Raya, and hope to see you guys on the next MIKEdotTALK session. I'm your host for today, MIKE.T. Good night, everyone. Thanks for being with me for my first one. Yes, we did it!
Yeah.
Thank you.